today's topic is, what are the must-haves and the must-have-not for a successful relationship? Latoya, what must you have in order for your relationship to be successful? I mean, it could be one thing, it could be a number of things, but what, priority-wise, what are your top one,
for relationship?
Yeah. If you're involved in a relationship, what must you have for it to work?
He's gotta be motivated. And that fills a broad spectrum. He's gotta be motivated to do things for me, motivated to do things for himself, for his life, for our life. Just motivated, and, you know, a lot of things fall into that.
You need motivation. You like Kelly Rowland with that motivation.
Maybe I could be. Yeah, like that. What he said. Yeah, because if you're motivated, you have that drive and you're willing to do shit, do things, and you don't just, you know, sit at home all day or even sit at work all day. Like, you gotta plan, you gotta think, you gotta dream, and then make it happen.
That motivation just creates that excitement for you. I mean, you know, it's never boring. The relationship is never boring. It's never complacent.
Exactly.
You know, he's always pushing the envelope to better himself
and I love that.
And better you guys together. Okay,
yes.
I dig that. That's cool. Okay. Charlotte?
I would say probably friendship.
Why so?
I think that friendship is basically a foundation for any type of relationship. With friendship comes commonality, it comes respect, it comes with you know, morals, understanding principles. I think once you start a friendship with someone, you know, whether the intimate part of it, you know, diminishes, I think at the end of the day you still have something that's very relevant and something real and organic and true. So I'd say friendship for me.
Well, for me, I mean, I guess there are a multitude of things, but I would have to say spirituality. Yeah, I don't need a guy to be religious, but I need him to have a foundation of belief in something in life, because I think it builds a good platform in a relationship.
Okay, but what if if that's all he's got going is belief? He believes, you know, he believes in a higher power.
Well, I definitely want motivation. I definitely want friendship. You know, I want those things, but I think on top of all of that, you know, communication, all those good things, I want someone who has a deeper meaning towards life, you know, and that does play into motivation and those aspects of the relationship.
Okay. My man, Mr. Profound, I know you got some.
It's simple. Intelligence, integrity. You have to make me laugh. You have to motivate me and want me to motivate you. And sex appeal, for sure.
Okay. Now, if you ask, me asking me that question, what must I have? I mean, I'm gonna side with Charlie. I mean, my number one choice is, I mean, I want a friendship first. I mean, because if I don't have that foundation, I don't even think I could have a fruitful relationship. So, if anything, I'd rather date you and court you and friend you first before we even get into anything intimate, you know. And then outside of that, you know, I need somebody that's happy themselves. I don't need somebody. I don't want somebody that's needy. I want somebody that wants me but don't need me, because I can't do needy people. You know, I feel like our only needs are food, clothing, and shelter. I mean, those are things that we absolutely can't do without here on planet Earth. But I don't need a needy person. I need somebody that's comfortable in their own skin. If I have to make you happy, if I have to be responsible for your happiness and sadness, you can't be with me.
Yeah, because
that's too much work for me. Yeah, I feel like I got another job, and I'm work averse anyway.
Right. You know, I mean, because there's a difference between interdependency and codependency.
Right.
You know, you can be interdependent with one another in a relationship, and that's healthy. But once you become codependent and you're depending on another person to sustain yourself, your happiness, your life, that's when it becomes an issue, because you don't want to be with someone that you feel like you're raising like a child.
Right. Absolutely. Right. You know, I'm a loner by nature, so for me entertaining me, I do that well. I mean, extremely well. I mean, you know that. You know, I tell people all the time, I tell women all the time, I do me first and I do me often.
And best.
Right. Like, so, I mean, in all areas of my life, I do me first and I do me often. and I need that type of, I would like that type of person to compliment me, to be with me. So those are things that I look for in relationships.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, along with some great sex and you fine and you smart, you know, but those things come afterwards.
Right.
Maybe those are like, I mean, I would put them all in the #1 category, but they're like 1 A, B, C, D,
Right.
on down like that. Yeah. So
I think that we did a poll last week, which you all have seen. We went around and the majority of most women stated that they needed trust. And I thought that was very interesting that a lot of people stated that they needed trust. And, you know, I had some time to really think about the trust thing. And I understand when they say they need trust, but trust to me is such a huge umbrella. Trust of what? Because for me personally, I trust people to be exactly who they say they are.
Absolutely.
You know, so at the end of the day,
you want to know a leopard is a leopard.
if you are what you are, you know, and for us to actually believe out of all these people on this planet that everyone is trustworthy, so why are you putting those type of demands on everyone that you meet? And you put this umbrella of trust. Trust in what? Trust that you're not going to hurt me, trust that you're not going to break my heart, trust that you're not going to cheat. I mean, trust in what? I think you have to be a little bit more specific instead of holding someone under this huge umbrella of trust. I mean, I have some friends that, you know, I trust both of them, but I trust this one a little bit more to hold my secrets than I trust this one. Both of them are still my friends,
But you trust them differently.
But I trust them differently.
Gotcha.
And so I think when people say, "Oh, trust,"
because you don't want to sleep with the enemy. You know, you don't want to
right.
lay next to someone, build a life with someone, give them your heart, your bank account, you know, and all those things. You want to be able to know that you can trust them wholeheartedly, more than any one of those people out there, more than your Facebook friends, of course, and like, you know, your going out friends, and you know, you have compartments, like you were saying, for different people, but that person that's on your side, you want to be able to trust them as well as you trust yourself.
Right. But I mean, like when you say trust, I kind of almost equate the word trust with like a guarantee. It's almost like I mean, when you say, okay, I need trust first, it's almost like you're saying, I need you to guarantee me that you're not going to hurt me, that you're not going to do this, and we're going to be together forever. I mean, you can't make that type of guarantee. I don't think anybody can.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you try not to, but I mean, how many times we go into relationships with you know, with the utmost at hand, and everybody is straight up on the table, and a great relationship goes awry. You know,
I think a lot of times with that whole trust thing, before you say, you know, I need to trust you, I need to trust myself first, and trust that I made the right decision. And if I didn't, then I gotta go. I need to trust that I made the right decision, because I have the
but you'll never know. How do you know?
No, but I have the opportunity to make a decision if I'm going to be in a relationship with someone. Because, you know, it's like an application. You check them out, you see, okay, he does this or she does that, you know, and you pick the things that you like about the person. Yeah, and then if you choose to go in with that person, you have to trust that you made the right decision too.
But you never know on trust until you get in the middle of something. You never know
Until
what until the challenge comes into play.
Sometimes you don't know yourself and what you may do in a situation.
You know, my pastor would always say, you never know a relationship until you get into a bad argument. So if you really want to know who and what a person is, start an argument, because that's who they really are. Second of all, take them to your family reunion. You know, at the end of the day, you don't really know a person. It's just like a friend. You don't know who and what your friend is until y'all go through something. And I think in a lot of relationships, you know, it's all fine, it's all beautiful, it's all roses until you guys go through something. Or something happens traumatic in your life and you find out where that person is. So
you got to go through the season.
You have to go through some things.
But I think that gets back to the point that other people have made, that if you start as friends, inevitably you will have traveled through some trials and tribulations.
Absolutely.
And you'll see how your friend handled those. And it won't be a surprise when, if you become more than friends, that they revert back to how they were when y'all went through an issue as friends. But if you start out romantically and just look past getting to know one another, then you're taking your chances. Because when something hits the fan, then that real person's going to show up, and it might not be who you want them to be, or who you want to be with you in a stressful situation.
Absolutely.
You got to evaluate. Yeah.
See, my thing is, I mean, I'm a Christian. I mean, I'm not Bible toting, Bible thumping all the time. I believe in God. I believe in His Son Jesus Christ. And I tell people all the time when I'm, if I'm going to go into a relationship, I tell people all that the only guarantee that I can pretty much give you is if you live on planet Earth, you're going to die. That's the only guarantee that I can give you. I mean, because we as people, I mean, we're human and we're fleshly. So, for me to say I'm never going to do anything, or for you to say you're never going to do anything, come on, that's kind of crazy. I mean, that's kind of like fantasy land. That's kind of like, Disney Worldish.
Okay, and that's a good point, because what about our expectations when it comes to relationships? Because I think that expectations are the downfall of most relationships. You set this unbelievable bar, that you place on a human being that is flawed, just like yourself. You can't expect perfection because we are not perfection ourselves. So we put this expectation on people and relationships, and I mean, what are we really doing? We're setting ourselves up for failure because no one can really live up to our standards and our imagination of what we think is ideal.
I mean, life can change so quickly, and which changes relationships. I mean, the dynamics of it are so frail that it's like, my thing is, I try to just take it one day at a time. I mean, I try to plan for tomorrow, but I'm not looking until tomorrow. I want to get through today, and then once we get through today, we can deal with tomorrow. So many people start relationships and they got these fantasies and these ideas about what it's going to be like, and it's not going to be anywhere near that.
I blame Disney.
Well, you know what? With that being said, I say cheers.
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 Here.